Good afternoon and welcome back to the campus grounds in Colombo. Match number 2 of the day in the Mercantile Cricket Association F Division T20 League Tournament 2026. The game between Ansell Lanka and Attire Group to take place in a short while from now. That's the pre-quarterfinal game as well, 20 overs per side. And as we talk about pre-quarterfinals and all the group standings, let's take a look at the where the teams stand in the draw. Right, Sportylk, they've played 5, they won 5 matches. Mars Actives played 5 and won 4. In the meantime, we must tell you that Sportylk, they won their pre-quarterfinal match today and, of course, ensure they'll go into the quarterfinals. In the D-League matches, there we are. HNB Assurance has played 5 and won 5. Attire Private Limited has played 5, won 4. And, of course, Pizza Hut has won 3 of the 5 games they played. Commercial Credit won 2 of 5 games they played. And, of course, EB Christie's won 1 of the games they have played. And then we have Citrec Group, who have not won a single match in this group. That's the position of the points table. And, right, we have the 2 captains in the middle, the match referee, and our man in the middle is Eurasica with the toss.
It's time for the second game of the day and another important pre-quarter final of MCA F Division T20 Cricket Tournament between Attire Private Limited and Ansell Lanka. So joining for the all-important toss, I have the match referee, Mr. Sudat Munavira, the captain of Attire Private Limited, Kavindu Hiranta, and the captain of Ansell Lanka, Prabhat Dhananjay. So the home team captain, Kavindu, will flip the coin. Heads is the call. It is heads. So Ansell Lanka won the toss. So Prabhat, then කාසියාවාසී ජයග්‍රහණය කරා වැදගත් තරඟයක් මොකද කරන්න බලාපොරොත්තු වෙන්නේ?
අපි මුලින්ම පන්දු යැවීමට තමයි බලාපොරොත්තු වෙන්නේ. පන්දු යවලා අඩුම ලකුණු සංඛ්‍යාවකට 100ට අඩු ගානකට තමයි තියාගන්න try කරන්නේ අපි.
ඉතින් අද knockout game එකක්. ඉතින් කොහොමද කණ්ඩායමේ සූදානම සහ කණ්ඩායමේ මානසිකත්වය අද තරඟයට?
හොඳ සූදානමක් තියෙනවා අපේ කණ්ඩායමේ second round play කරන්න හොඳ ගිය අවුරුදු වල semi finals වෙනකන් ගිහිල්ලා තිනවා අපි. මේ අවුරුද්දේ බලනවා හොඳට කරලා basics හරියට කරන්න තමයි අපේ මේ මූලික පරමාර්ථය තියෙන්නේ. basics හරියට කරලා හොඳ තැන්වල බෝල් කරලා wickets ටික ඉක්මනට අරගෙන අඩු ලකුණු ගානකට තියාගන්න තමයි try කරන්නේ.
So ප්‍රථම good luck අතරගේට. ඉතින් කවිඳු මුලින් පන්දුවට පහර දෙන්න අවස්ථාව ලැබිලා තිනවා. ඉතින් කොපමණ ලකුණු සංඛ්‍යාවක් ලබා ගන්න බලාපොරොත්තු වෙනවද තරඟේ?
ඇත්තටම මුලින් කියන්න ඕන අපි බෑක්ග්‍රවුන්ඩ් තමයි හිතාගෙන ආවේ. ඉතින් අපිට ඒක හම්බුණා. ඉතින් අපි අපේ ටාගට් එක ලකුණු 180ක් කොහොම හරි 180ක් අපි ටාගට් කරලා ගහන්න බලාපොරොත්තු වෙනවා.
දැන් මේ දක්වා ටූර්නමන්ට් එකේ පර්ෆෝමන්ස් එක දැන් මේ නොකවුට් ස්ටේජ් එකට එනකොට කොහොමද ටීම් එකේ සූදානම සහ ඒ ටීම් එකේ මානසිකත්වය?
ලීග් ග්‍රවුන්ඩ් එකේ අපි මැචස් 5න් 4ම ජයග්‍රහණය කරා. ඉතින් අපි මේ සෙකන්ඩ් රවුන්ඩ් එන්නේ අපි පොසිටිව් මයින්ඩ් එකකින් ටීම් එකත් එහෙමයි. ඉතින් අපි මේ තරගේ හොඳට කරලා ජයග්‍රහණය කරලා ඉදිරි වටේට යන්න සූදානම්ෙන් ඉන්නවා.
සුපත් තරගෙට good luck. So that's the news from the centre. Ansell Lanka have won the toss and they decided to bowl first.
Thank you very much. There we are, the news, the toss in the centre. So Ansell Lanka have won and bowling first. Let's look at the 2 teams. Ansell Lanka, Prabhat Dhananjay along with Chami Jairanga. They have got Lakruan, Sanjeeva, Deshan Silva, Kavish Sampat, Sahan Harshana, Sanjeeva Desapriya, Sanjeeva Piris, Pathum Ekanayaka, and Vinura Chetana. And looking at Attire Private Limited, their team, the captain Kavinda Hiranta along with Adisha Pabasara, Harita Lakshan, Kularatna along with Mindu Silva, Sonal Pereira, Suresh Lakpriya, and we got Tarindu Shehan, Dinuka Darshana, Ishar Lakshan, and Taruka Gimhan in that side as well. The 2 teams perhaps well balanced in this pre-quarter-final game. And as I talk to you, the umpires out, the players are in the middle, and a short while from now, the action will unfold in match number 2 at the campus grounds in Colombo. You missed out on the first match that this morning. We had a 15-minute delayed start because of the rains last night and early this morning. And, of course, that game was between Commercial Credit and Sportylk. Commercial Credit won the toss, invited Sportylk to bat first, and they made imposing 162 out of 19.1 overs, setting Commercial Credit 163 to win. But in the 20 overs that was completed, Commercial Credit made 117 for 7, so Sportylk won by 45 runs. That was the result of the first game that played today. And now let's take a look at what's going on here. The first over about to be bowled in the second match. It's a lovely afternoon in Colombo. The sun really beaming down the grounds. It's going to be hot and humid, no doubt. And, of course, the umpires making sure the wickets are well set. And there's the batsman taking guard, and he hits the chalk into the matting, because these games being played on matting wickets. And, of course, when you play on matting wickets, a batsman has to either take off a glove to mark out his crease, because unlike the turf wickets where you can use your bat or your boot to mark the crease, but in the matting wickets you can't do that. So nice venue, and lots of people watching the match as well, so supporters of the two teams also out here to watch the game. There we are, a section of the ground. It's a very big ground, this campus ground. In fact, on one side they play cricket, the other side they play rugby and then hockey. All that is played on this huge ground. And in the heart of Colombo is the campus grounds as well. Right, so we're looking for the action to start. And Sonal Pereira, right-hand bat, 9 matches, top score of 63, 165 is his aggregate, 150, a strike rate of 183.33, very good strike rate. So Sonal Pereira perhaps might be the man to do the job for his team at the moment. That's the Attire group. So the umpire signaling to the scorers. You want play to start. Deshan Silva to bowl the first over. And Minindu is the other batsman of the non-strikers in. And the umpire calls play. Here we are. Deshan Silva on his way. Shot pulled away on the onside. Down towards deep mid-wicket. Has that gone the distance? Let's wait and see. Yes, it's gone the distance. So the first runs of the bat is a 6. That's through that deep mid-wicket region. So Deshan Silva dropping it short and paid the penalty for that. There we go again. Look at the shot being played. Total control of that shot. And picked up 6 runs straight away. So 6 and no wicket after the first ball. Sonal, and here's Silva. Well bowled. On the front foot, plays defensively. That's a better line from Deshan Silva. He learnt the mistake very fast indeed. He's played 31 matches, 43 wickets. Best of bowling is 6 for 20. Economy rate of 5.95. So he's a quality bowler, in fact, Deshan Silva. And of course, his team, Ansell Lanka, must be looking to him for a good performance. Here he goes again. Now the short ball pulled on the onside. That's gone a long way again. That's over the ropes for 6 more. So 2 sixers in this first over of 4 balls. And straight away, Attire group, well, they're off to a blazing start. Look at that again. Very short from Silva. And got the treatment from the batsman. 2 sixers, he moves on 12. That's Sonal. 12 of 3 balls at the moment. And Deshan Silva will learn now that he's got to really pitch it up. He can't bowl so short to these batsmen. 12 for no wicket in the first over. Down the track, going for a big heave. Takes it somewhere on the midriff area. So there's no run this time. It's a dot ball. And Sonal trying to make use of this opening over. When he's hit 2 sixers, he knows that he's off to a flying start. And he wants to take advantage of making more runs in this over. So 4 balls bowled. It's 12 for no wicket. And here's Deshan Silva once again. Short outside the line of off stump. Cut away just now the head of backward point into the boundary for 4. Lucky it didn't go to hand. So Sonal playing aggressive cricket. He wants to get a good start here. Very short outside the line of off stump. Over that fielder said that backward point to get that boundary. Total moves up to 16 for no wicket. 1 ball left in this first over. So all the scoring being done by Sonal at the moment. And here's Deshan Silva once again, the last ball of his first over. Expensive over. Well bowled. Appeal for LBW. Perhaps a bit too high. Ends the first over, Deshan Silva. And after 1 over, Attire group are 16 for no wicket. Sonal is on 16. Mindu still to face a ball. Deshan Silva, 1 over, none for 16. So the Mercantile Cricket Association F Division T20 League Tournament 2026 is in the final stages. We're in the pre-quarterfinals at the moment. So Mindu Silva has played 43 matches. Has got 100 also in his career. 1,109 runs, so 107 50s in his tally. no mean batsman, so he can score some quick runs, in fact. And Minindu is on strike, and Prabhat Dhananjaya to bowl his first over, the second of the innings. And there's that last over. The last ball hit him just above the knee roll, so perhaps a bit too high. The umpire had a good look at that, but very close indeed, must say that. And of course, Attire group are 16 for no wicket. Right, so here we are, Prabhat Dhananjaya, left arm medium pacey in operation. 4 for 20 is best figures, played 46 matches, taken 47 wickets. Economy rate is quite good, 4.77, and he's on his way to bowl the first ball of his spell. Outside the line of off stump, shoulders, arms. Wicket keeper corrects, so it's a dot ball. Short outside the line of off stump, misses the stumps this time. The batsman tried to force it away on the offside, tried to make room for himself down the leg side to play that shot. And very lucky it didn't clip the top of off stump there. Just past that off stump. And there we are going for that switch hit down towards the boundary at fine leg. Into the boundary now for 4. Off the bat, he got some bat to that. Oh, buys, yeah, buys called. There we go again. Yeah, beat the batsman, beat the wicket keeper as well. There was no bat in that, so it's called buys, but the total moves up by 4 more to 20. 20 for no wicket. Mindu still to score. Lot of it, a wide call this time, rightly so. Outside the tram line. He's got to re-bowl that. So 5 of the over so far. Of the 3 balls he's bowled. 21 for no wicket is the Attire group. Going for a big heave again from outside the line of off stump. Given out. Is he stumped? We'll wait for that call again because we saw the umpire's finger come up a square leg, which indicates that perhaps he was stumped. But the batsman, he thinks that he had not moved outside the crease. We're waiting for the umpire again, once again, to see what he has to say. Now, we'll look at this one now again. Look at this. This is where the shot was played. The bail didn't fall off. His foot was on the crease, but the bail did not fall. So he cannot be given out when the bail did not fall. One of the bails should fall. He appeals. The umpire's finger came up, but, well, not out is the final call because the bail did not fall. Well, unfortunate for the fielding side. This is flicked on the onside. Out towards long on for a single this time. So Attire group moves on to 22 for no wicket after 1.5 overs. Prabhat Dhananjaya, 6 of the overs so far, including the 4 byes. Going for a big heave from outside the line of off stump, doesn't make contact. Sonal ends the over, 2 completed. Attire group are 22 for no wicket. Sonal was 16, Minindu's on 1, Prabhat Dhananjaya none for 2.
In the heart of Colombo.
So the Mercantile Cricket Association F Division T20 League Tournament 2026 attracted 24 teams divided into 4 groups, in fact. Each group had 6 teams, so they played 5 matches each. We're down now to the tail of this tournament. We're in the pre-quarterfinals at the moment. And of course, we had 1 team qualifying for the quarterfinals, that is Sportylk, who beat Commercial Credit a short while ago in the first match of the day. And Sportylk put into bat by Commercial Credit, made 162. Here we are, 3rd over. Silva plays gently on the onside. Long on comes into the field, the batsman crossover. Now this is where the problems come in. They don't look for the second run. They take that first run so casually, they don't even anticipate the fielder misfielding or looking for 2 to put the pressure on the fielder. That's where you should really put pressure on fielders. You can't play gently on this type of tracks and then expect to complete a single. And here's the next ball coming up. Slugged away on the onside. into the boundary for 4. So now picks up one more boundary, takes him on to 20 and takes the Attire group on to 27 for no wicket. So that was the short delivery and Sonal made full use of that. Got it over the fielder's head. In fact, the fielder had long on was fielding very, very square indeed. Drives up Ishley on the offside again. One bounce to the boundary at extra cover 4. 31 for no wicket. Attire group doing well. This is a solid start from them. Sonal moves on 24 in fact. And look at the shot that's played. Aggressive and gets runs. There's nobody at sweeper cover. We're in the power play overs at the moment. So Sonal on 24. Binindu on 2 at the moment. Deshan Silva 9 runs of the 3 balls is bowled in his second over. His figures none for 25 from 1.3 overs. Current run rate 12.40. Cut again, cut straight to backward point, that's out. That's well bowled by Deshan Silva. Outfluxed the batsman. Sonal on the aggressive run to try and get as many runs as possible and got a thick outside edge. The ball flew towards backward point and that's the end of Sonal. He goes for 24 of 9 balls and of course the Attire group lose their first wicket 31 for 1. Here we go again, that's the replay. Look at the shot being played. The fielder got it straight into his hands so there was no problem for the catch being taken. And Sonal is the batsman who departs. So he wanted to make an aggressive start. He wanted to get quick runs. He's got it going. But in the end, Deshan Silva picked up his wicket. So 1 wicket down for 31 is Attire group. And Attire group, Sonal Perra was caught by Chatur Sanjeeva. And it's 31 for 1 after 2.4 overs with Deshan Silva. 1 for 25 as Sonal was very, very severe on him, sitting for 6s and 4s as well. But he's had the last laugh, got the batsman out. So coming to the new man who walks in, joins Binindu in the middle. And the current run rate 11.63. It's a healthy run rate for the start of the innings. But can they maintain that? They can't afford to lose too many wickets, says Attire group. Attire group have had mixed fortunes in this tournament. They played some good games, won some, lost I think one game as well. And coming to Kularatna, 44 matches, 1,108 runs. So he's really a man who's been playing this form of cricket. Top score being 91, 550 is to his credit. The strike rate is not the best, but still not bad at all. Just a trifle under 70. And he's taking guard at the moment. So he takes the regulation glove off, the right-hand glove, to mark the guard. Deshan Silva, 1 for 25 for 1.4 overs. But in the third over at the moment. As coming to takes a look around the grounds, see where the field is set, and settles over his bat. Brings him well forward. Pushes down the track for the ball to field on his follow through. That's a dot ball. And there's that wicket that fell. He got width on that occasion, outside the line of off stumps and all, and he cut it straight down that backward point fielder's throat, who made no mistake about it. Straightforward catch. Last ball of the third over. Flicked away on the onside. Cummins is off the mark with that single. That ends the over as well. 3 overs completed. And Attire group are 32 for the loss of 1 wicket. With Bindu on 2, Kavindu on 1, Deshan Silva, 2 overs, 1 for 26. So we have the tail end of this Mercantile Cricket Association F Division T20 League Tournament for 2026. And what a lot of games you've had and what cricket has been played. Some excellent cricket has been played, some super batting performances, outstanding bowling performances, and some brilliant fielding displays as well. We've seen both the good and the bad as well. And here's Dhananjaya once again, second over. Brings the batsman forward, so coming to plays it gently on the onside. The bowler fields on his follow through, and it's a dot ball. 10.11 the run rate at the moment for Attire group. Played away gently on the onside. Again, no run. The ball runs out towards mid-wicket. 2 dot balls from Prabhat Dhananjaya. And this time he sweeps this down towards the backward square leg. They pick up a single. Yes, he got some bat to that. So 1 more to the total as well. 33 for 1 after 3.3 overs. Brings Minindu on 2 to take strike. Off the back foot, forced away on the offside. That's well field. Oh, that's a misfield there. It's a misfield. The ball running towards that sweeper boundary, but the batsman come back for 2. It should have been stopped. It was not difficult to stop it, but it was misfielded at extra cover. So 35 for 1. There we go again. That's what really happened. He dived over the ball. Heaves this one on the onside. Goes all the way. That's a boundary. So there we are. Going for quick runs is the Attire group. They want to make a big total. 39 for 1 after 3.5 overs. Minindu's on 8. Cummins on 2 and Prabhat Dhananjaya none for 9 from 1.5. Outside the line of off stump. Hits it hard in the ground. The ball runs out towards point. Ends the over with the dot ball. So 4 overs completed. And the Attire group are 39 for 1. Minindu on 8, Cummins on 2 and Dhananjaya 2 overs, none for 9.
In the heart of Colombo, where
So wherever in the world you're watching our live telecast of all the action from the campus grounds in Colombo, we hope you're enjoying our coverage and we'll be your partners right throughout this tournament. So change the bowling. Chatura Sanjeeva comes on. 31 matches, so he's got experience, picked up 30 wickets, best bowling figures being 4 for 8. Economy rate is good at 5.71. And here he's now bowling to Kavindu. Slashed outside the line of off stump, straight to the point fielder. Looks for 1, but the fielding was good this time. Return came in the wicket keeper, so they aborted the idea of taking a single. So Kavindu still remains on 2 and is 39 for 1. We are into the 5th over now. Lofted on the offside. Over the head of mid-off, down to the boundary. It goes at long off for 4. That's well struck. Got the timing right. The placement was good as well. So takes Kavindu on to 6. Well played from him. And there we are. So that boundary breaks the shackles more or less for the Attire group. They are on to 43 for 1. Well bowled. Plays defensively out of the offside. Chatura Sanjeeva once again at the top of his mark. This is going to be a closely contested game. Attire group and Ansell Lanka. On the pads, flicked away on the onside. The bowler is after it. There's so many gaps on the onside. That's one of the reasons that it's easy pickings. If the batsmen are smart enough, they can look for that second run, take the first run fast because there's no mid-wicket in place. They'll have a backward square leg, then deep mid-wicket and a long on. So there's so much of gaps on the onside that you can always pick up a couple of runs when you play it very gently with soft hands. There we are going for that sweep shot. Did he get bat to it or was it off the pad? We'll wait for the umpire's call. So 1 more to the total. 45 for 1. Takes Minindu on to 9. And the last ball, the 5th over coming up. Edged to short third man. That'll end the over. So 5 overs completed. And the Attire group are 45 for the loss of 1 wicket. Kavindu on 7. Minindu on 9. Chatura Sanjeeva 1 over, none for 6.
Was Prabhat Dhananjaya to continue. What's the chance? They got it. Brilliant catch. Running back. It was not an easy to take those kind of catches running back and was traveling as well. It didn't time the shot well. It took the outside part of the bat. Kept the eyes off the ball till the very last moment. Brilliant catch. Minidu Silva departs. He departs for 9. Prabhat Dhananjaya, the captain, strikes for Ansell Lanka. That brings Kavindu Hiranta, the skipper of Attire, into strike. He said they're going for a target of 180 at the toss. They lost a couple of wickets. They got a good start, no doubt about that. But the last 2 wickets definitely will allow Ansell Lanka to make a comeback into this game. He's coming to run the 37 matches, 813 runs. Strike rate is absolutely impressive with 130. 5 half centuries under his name, and the highest score is 63. Prabhat Dhananjaya, he's having a very good spell here into his 3rd over. Just conceded 9 runs and took a wicket. Very good start. The new batsman. Slip in place. The attacking. Again, very good line and length for the new batter. 3 dots in a row from Prabhat Dhananjaya. Again, Kavindu Hiranta is looking for that spin into him, but the ball just keeps going straight, and that's why the slip in place. Oh my, the pressure. That's what pressure can do. Face 3 dots in a row. Went for that big hit straight away. Again, slowed it down a bit. Worked away nicely towards leg side. They're going for the 2nd run. Smart batting from the captain. 6 overs done. That's the end of the first power play. 47 for 2, Attire.
In the heart of Colombo, where
Kavisha Sampath, the new bowler coming into the attack. A medium fast bowler. A spin and pace from either ends from Ansell Lanka. They're mixing the pace up. They never let these batters to settle in. Ansell Lanka has managed to pull things back really well after being hit in the first couple of overs. Kavisha Sampath started off with a short one. Is nudged away for a single towards 3rd man. It's a bright sunny day. That sweeper cover long off in place on the offside. But there's enough protection for Kavisha Sampath to do all his variations. Kavisha Sampath running in hard. Again. Just worked away towards offside. Just another single. The runs are coming in singles at the moment. The boundaries have been dried up. Kavisha Sampath, very smooth run up. A brilliant take from the wicketkeeper, but it come off the thigh pad. Brilliant wicket keeping. Look at that. Just went down the wrong line. Just brushed the thigh pad, and wicketkeeper, look at the way he moved. One hand take. It's brilliant wicket keeping. Kavisha Sampath again. Just another single. He's bowling to his field. He has protection of the offside. The sweeper cover is in place. Kavisha Sampath is not trying to do too much here. Just bowling to his field. Just stick to his plans. And keeping things very simple. Again goes for a big shot. But straight to a long on. Another single.
At the Mercantile Cricket Association, passion for the game starts young. The MCA Academy welcomes boys.
Again, look at the extra bounce. With that, 7th over comes to the end, 51 for 2. Prabal Dhananjay, the skipper, into his last over of his spell. He's having a good one here. 3 overs, 1 for 11. Full, but driven straight to extra cover. The run rate has dropped to a 7 at the moment. A brilliant comeback from Ansell. Again, tried to go for that big heave to the leg side. Got the inside part of the bat. Comes Prabal Dhananjay. Again, full and straight. Just pushed it to long on. Another single. The runs are coming in singles. Lost couple of wickets, so Attire Private Limited, they're desperate for a partnership. Again, tried to go for that big shot. Kavindu Hiranta missed out completely. The shot was on, it was full outside the off stump. It could have easily gone over extra cover. Got the leading edge. Another dismissal. And this is what a pressure can do for you. Faced too many dot deliveries. Was desperate to get off the strike. Tried to work away towards leg side and got the leading edge. And popped up. It's easy catch to extra cover. That's what I was mentioning. Kavindu Hiranta expect the ball to turn into him, but the ball keeps going straight. Kavindu Hiranta, the skipper, departs for 5 of 11. Attire 53 for 3. Dinuka Darshana is the new batsman. 41 matches, 845 runs. With 4 half centuries at the highest score of 69, he's capable batter. He has just one delivery to survive in this over. Prabhat Dhananjaya, the skipper of Ansell Lanka, is in a brilliant spell here. 1 for 13, beg your pardon, 2 for 13. Gets a loud appeal from the bowler. A very good decision from the umpire. Impact was outside. Here's a replay. It was jagged back in, but the impact was just outside the off stump. 8 overs completed. Attire 53 for 3.
In the heart of Colombo.
Kavisha Sampath to continue. Again, hit it straight to the field. Fumbled. Just a single. Here's the last wicket. Went straight on with the arm. And Kavindu Viranta expected that to turn into him and try to work the ball towards mid-wicket. Got the leading edge. An easy catch to extra cover. He lost the 3rd wicket. This is a brilliant passage of play from Ansell Lanka. It's Kavisha Sampath. He's bowling pretty well at the moment. Just sticking to his plans. Just keeping things simple. Just not giving the batter any room to free their arms. Just not giving anything into their hitting arcs. Comes Kavisha Sampath running in hard. Again, a little bit short outside the off stump. Another single. Again, a little too wide. Cuts it well past backward point. A welcome boundary. Boundary after a long time for Attire. It cuts it backward off point. Brilliant shot. It was too wide outside the off stump from Kavisha Sampath. Should have been punished. He got the treatment. Dinu Kadarshana. Again, good comeback delivery from Kavisha Sampath. Shortish one, but a little bit closer to the batter. Again, full outside the off stump. Driven away handsomely. Picked the gap. And the soccer skills didn't work. 9 overs completed. 64 for 3. As a replay of the previous shot. Full. It's a textbook cover drive. And picked the gap brilliantly. Tried to stop it with soccer skills but didn't work. 64 for 3, Attire Private Limited. And the 10th over. Getting closer to the halfway mark of the first inning. It's a good start from Attire Private Limited, but a very well controlled by Ansell Lanka. Chatura Sanjeeva, the left arm orthodox spinner, was brought into the attack. A straighter one. Worked away towards leg side. Single. Dinuka Darshana is a man on strike. Looks like he's in a very good touch. And should have put a slip in. Two right-handers, left arm spinner. The skipper of Ansell Lanka should have put a slip in place. Get one more wicket here. Again, played with soft hands. A very good running between the wickets. Chatura Sanjeeva. 3 decent deliveries to start off with. And came down the track, got to the pitch of the ball, and worked away to a long on for another single. 4 balls, 4 singles. Again, short outside the off stump. Not too much, a little bit shorter. Missed out an opportunity. Again. Played well, very well placed for another couple of runs. With that 2 overs completed of Chatura Sanjeeva. 10 overs done, 70 for 3, Attire Private Limited.
In the heart of Colombo.
So we are at the halfway stage of this innings. 70 for 3 is the total for Attire Group as well. Done well to get to 70 for 3. Sanjeeva Peris, 20 matches, 4 for 17, his best figures. His first over. Played a miss outside the line of form, stop stump by Dinuka, who's on 11. So it's a dot ball. And what type of score will Attire Group be looking at the moment? Peris, 20 matches, 4 for 17, his best bowling figures. Down the track, beaten outside the line of off stump. That's well bowled. The wicketkeeper fumbles for a moment. Batsmen think of one but change their mind. So 2 dot balls at the moment to start this Sanjeeva Peris over. So Ansell Lanka won the toss, selected to field first against Attire Group. It's a pre-quarter-final game in the Mercantile Cricket Association F Division T20 League Tournament for 2026. We had a game in the morning as well. This is the second game of the day at this venue. And that one is played just past the bowler on the onside. They get 1. Looking for 2. Nope, they settled for a single. Running between the wickets, poor direct hit, but the batsman was certainly home. And it totaled up to 71 for 3. So Attire Group is 71 for 3 after 10.3 overs. Current run rate is 6.76. They'll need to do a lot better than that. They'll need to go at about 8 to 9 runs and over to get a total that they could defend. They'll need to give some runs to their bowlers to defend as well. And here's Peris again, 4th ball of the over. Played soft hands on the offside. Extra cover does the fielding. Batsman complete a single for that. So 1 more to the total, takes it up to 72 for the loss of 3 wickets. And here's Dinuka on 12 on strike now. Short outside the line of off stump. Off the back foot, played point. And there's no run. So 1 ball left in the 11th over. Sanjay Piris in his first over has given away 2 runs off the 5 balls he's bowled so far. Stops in his tracks, sees that the batsman was taking a advantage in the run, and then he stopped, didn't want the batsman, just stopped in his tracks. Made sure the batsman will notice that. Played to the offside. Half stopped at extra cover. The batsman picked up 1. And then the throw is not a particularly good one. But that ends the over as well. So 11 overs completed. And the Attire group are 73 for 3 with Kavindu on 17, Dinuka on 13, Sanjay Paris 1 over, none for 3. So if you missed out on the first match today, Commercial Credit and of course Camera.lk. Commercial Credit, they won the toss and decided to field first. We'll come to that in a moment. Chatur Samjiva, this time the batsman plays uppishly on the onside down towards deep mid-on for a single. So 74 for 3. Yes, we talked about Commercial Credit. They won the toss, they led to field first. Camera.lk made 162 all out in 19.1 overs. Makes room for himself, drives to the offside towards sweeper cover for another run. And then Commercial Credit couldn't get to the target. They made 117 for 7 in their 20 overs. And of course, Camera.lk won by 45 runs in that game. Played uppishly, past the field on the offside, down to sweeper cover to the boundary for 4. These are useful runs, in fact, for Attire group. They needed a boundary to break the shackles. There we go, that's what really happened. It was played uppishly, but over the head of that man at short mere extra cover. And of course, sweeper had no chance in cutting that off. 79 for 3 after 11.3. Thick edge, but down to short third man. This time there's no chance of a run. So it's a dot ball. 6.77 the run rate at the moment. Projected score is 135, but they'll want to go well past that, is the Attire group. Played on the onside. They get 1. Looking for 2, no. They're settling for a single. They're not putting pressure on the fielders. That's what it's all about, to try and convert those 1s into 2s. You need to take those chances as well. You need to have a discussion with your teammates and your partners, your batting partners, as to what to really do to pick that run rate up. And here's Sanjeev again. Driven uppishly, straight to the field at extra cover. That's a very soft dismissal in the end for Kavindu. He was batting well and they played inside out, and Sanjeev picks up his first wicket. Chatur Sanjeev. And of course, Attire group losing out the wicket. Look at that. Flighted. Played with a lot of bottom hand. Straight to the man at extra cover, who made no mistake about that. Straightforward catch. And there we are with Attire group losing their 4th wicket. And Kullaratan, the man out for 18 of 24. 1 boundary in that knock as well. So when you lose wickets at regular intervals, you can't get a partnership going. That's the most important thing for Attire group. And the Attire group was put into bat by Ansell Lanka, who won the toss earlier this afternoon and elected to field first. So it's a good performance so far from Ansell Lanka, but these 2 teams, I think, are equally matched in terms of talent, in terms of what they've been doing in this tournament. But then that was a poor shot that was played and paid the penalty. Drinks on the field at the moment. We'll take a short break and be back in a moment. So a short drinks break and the players are refreshed. The sun is really shining down this ground, so it's a hot afternoon. There's no great breeze blowing across the ground as well. And these weather conditions are totally different to what we had yesterday. We had a lot of rain last afternoon and evening. Pires again. Bowled him, cleaned him up. First ball after the drinks break. Dinuka batting well on 19 and trying to play across the line that time. And the ball rattled the stumps. So there we are. So with Attire group losing another wicket, 80 for 5 after 12.1 overs. And losing wickets at regular intervals. This is what really happened. Look at that very straight delivery. And try to play that across the line on the onside. Not the safest shot to play. And Dinuka Darshana is out for 19 of 17. And it's 80 for 5 after 12.1. So two new batsmen in the middle, Harit and Tarindu. Sanjay Paris 1 for 3 from 1.1 overs, bowled well within himself. And the run rate at the moment is 6.58. That will be disappointing for Attire group. They were looking to perhaps get something in the region of about 8 runs and over to get to about 160, but not to be at the moment. And we're in the 13th over at the moment, with the Attire group on 80 for 5. How much longer will innings continue? Now, the batting is also thinning out right now. That's another problem the Attire group has, because they don't bat very deep in the innings. And of course, Ansell Lanka, who won the toss, elected to field first, right on top, sitting right on top, and very pretty in this game against the Attire group. And this is a pre-quarter final game, so it's a knockout from this stage onwards. And both teams who came here with absolute confidence. Hazit Lakshan, the new man, 61 matches, top score 103, aggregator 1,553 runs, 10 50s and 100, strike rate of 114.11. So he's no mean batsman. He could really turn the pressure on the opposition. What will he do today? Let's see what happens. As Harit has taken guard, settles in to wait for Sanjeeva Piris. Nicely played, finds the gap between backward point and short third man. That runs into the boundary for 4. Harit straight above the mark. Well played. Picked the gap beautifully was Harit. And takes the entire group onto 85 for the loss of 5 wickets. Look at that. That's nicely played. Waited on that. Played to the last moment. 84 for 5. So Pires once again on his way. Going for the drive. Didn't quite get hold of it, was Harit. Let's take a look at the last 2 wickets that fell. They fell pretty quickly. There we go. That's played upishly straight to extra cover. Straightforward catch and then playing across the line. Clean bowled. 2 wickets very quickly for Attire group. Wait for the cut shot. Beaten outside the line of off stump is Harit. Lucky he didn't get a touch that. Wicket keeper collected. So Sanjeeva Paris, 1.4 overs. 1 for 7 his figures. He's bowled well. He conceded a boundaries over. Also took a wicket. Trying to drive on the offside. Hit it hard into the pad. The ball rolls out of the offside. Oh, part of the binding has come out from Harit's bat. So a bit of work to be done on that, really. He's okay, he says. 84 for 5. Last ball, the 13th over coming up. Nicely driven on the offside. Out towards a long off. Picked up inside the boundary. They'll cross the 1. Harit will keep the strike. Ends the over. 13 overs completed. And Attire group are 85 for 5. With Harit on 5, Tarindu still to score, and Sanjay Piris 2 overs, 1 for 8. There we are, that's the scorecard. Sunal Perra opened his account 24, aggressive at the top of the order. Silva made 9, and Kulakta making 18. Hiranta made 5 with Darshana on 19. So some of them got starts but didn't go on to convert those scores. 5 extras, the total of 85 for 5. And there's the bowling for Ansell Lanka. Wicket takers, Dhananjay taking up 2, and Silva and Sanjeeva 1 each, with Piris also picking up a wicket in the last over. First wicket fell at 31. So Deshan Silva to bowl his 3rd over. 1 for 26 is the figures at the moment. Harit is on strike. He's on 5, the boundary and the single. Drives again, beats the man, extra cover, down towards the boundary it goes. And that's well stopped, in fact, by a long off. Batsmen come back for 2. That's excellent work from the fielders in the outfield. They need to be committed. 87 for 5. Look at that. That's the work that's been done. Push the ball back into play quite nicely. And this one is lofted on the onside. Bumps short of the fielder. The batsman crossover 1 this time. So 88 for 5 is Attire group after 13.2 overs. So Tarindu still to score, still to face a ball in fact. This is the first ball he's going to face from Deshan Silva. 1 for 29 from 2.2 overs. So the left-hander is on strike. Current run rate 6.60. Driven down the track, bowler fields on his follow through, a dot ball. Played away past the extra cover down towards the sweeper. They pick up 1 more run, so Tarindu is off the mark with a single and takes the total up to 89 for 5 after 13.4 overs. They really need to put the foot on the accelerator, need to get some runs, is the Attire group. And this is flicked away on the offside. Into the boundary for 4. That's well played once again by Harit. He's a champion for his side. He's no mean batsman as well. And what a shot that was in the air, but so safe. Look at that. Down on one knee. And got it going. The field had no chance. The sweeper cover to cut it off. Last ball the over. Flicked on the onside. Down towards backward square leg this time. He'll pick up a 1. So he'll keep the strike. Is Harit. So that's the end of the over. 14 completed. And Attire group 94 for 5. Tarindu on 1. Harit on 13.
In the heart of Colombo, where...
Right, so Sanjeeva Piris to bowl his 3rd over. 1 for 80 figures. Nicely played by Harit again. He looks for 1. The ball runs out towards that point fielder. He was sent back by Tarindu, quite rightly so. The ball was travelling quickly along the ground. So 94 for 5. Run rate 6.64. Driven past the ball. Lovely shot. Excellent shot. Beats the fielder at long off for 4. That was the shot of the day, most probably. Played in the offside along the ground. What a shot that was. Look at that. The bowler had no chance in cutting that off, and the ball just raced away to long off for 4. The field also couldn't get a hand to it. 98 for 5 after 14.2. So Harit moves on to 17. He's adding some impetus to his innings. He's faced on 11 balls. Flicked away on the onside. Nicely played again. Backward to square. He'll pick up a single for that. So 99 for 5 after 14.3 overs. Brings Tarindu on 1 to take strike. 6.83 the run rate at the moment for Attire group. But they'll need to do something special now, especially Harit, to build a score. Again off the back foot. Nicely played towards that point region for a single. 100 comes up for Attire group. 100 for 5 after 14.4 overs. But still, they need a lot more runs to put pressure on Ansell Lanka. That's for sure. They realize that. Bowled him. Cleaned him up, Harit. Going for a big heave on the onside. Look at that. Middle stump uprooted. That's a lovely sight for any bowler. Sanjeeva Piris picks up his 2nd wicket. But Harit had to go for it. He had to get some runs going because he knew that the Attire group needed a sizable total. Look at that. Tried to hoik it on the onside, but didn't get back to it. But a quick innings comes to an end. He made 18 of 13 balls, Harit Lakshan. And Attire Group lose their 6th wicket. So 100 for 6. Ishara, the new man coming in. The batting thinning out for Attire Group as well. They'll need some sizable contributions from some of their batsmen or the bowlers down the order. Sanjay Perez 2 for 14 from 2.5 overs. 6.74 is the current run rate. They would have loved to have got that up to about 8 or so, but then when you lose wickets at regular intervals, difficult to get partnerships going. Ishar Lakshan, 26 matches, top score 42, aggregate of 236. Strike rate, not bad, just a trifle under 95. Flicked away on the onside, backward a square again for a single. So the last wicket, here we go. This is what really happened. Play across the line, down the track. And then couldn't make any contact. Middle stump was uprooted. So there we are, 15 overs completed. And the Attire Group 101 for 6. Sarindu on 2. Ishar on 1. Sanjay Perez 3 overs, 2 for 15.
Sahan Harshana, the new bowler. 35 matches, 50 wickets. It's an impressive bowler. Can full. Straight. And go for a boundary. Started off well. It was hit dead straight. No chance for the fielders to stop that. Was bounced over the stumps. Could have been the 7th. Could have easily been the 7th. Ishara lucky there. Was too close to cut. A hesitation again. Then try to go through the offside, hit it straight to short third man. It goes for a single. A boundary and a single. Another leading edge, another lucky escape for the batter. Tarinder Shehan tried to work away towards leg side and got the leading edge and went just above the bowler. Yeah, left alone. It's a brilliant delivery to finish the over. 16 gone, 107 for 6.
In the heart of Colombo,
Sanjeev Perez into his last over. 2 for 15 so far. Again, look at that extra bounce. And negotiated well by Tarinder Shehan. comes Sanjeeva Piris. Can Ishara Lakshan try to go for that big shot. Then inside part of the bat just saved this. If he misses, definitely that'll go on to hit the stumps. Again, Tarindu Shehan goes dead straight. Was brilliantly stopped. And long off. By the long off fielder, it was brilliant fielding. Cut off 3 runs. It's a definite 3 runs. Look at that. Hit that well. Hit it dead straight. Look at that. Look at the fielding effort. Goes up and above. Ishara Lakshan. A big 6 over long off. It's a foolish delivery. Deposited over long off. Went straight up, but a falls in no man's land. There's some luck going on for Ishara Lakshan. Very good delivery to finish off. 17 gone, 117 for 6. And Sanjeeva Piris finish off his spell 25 for 2 at the end of his 4 overs. We are in the last 3 overs of the inning. The Attire Private Limited batters, they're looking to pounce on everything that comes into the hitting arc. Kavisha Sampath comes into the attack. Definitely he will bowl the 18th and 20th. Can right on slot. It's got the inside part of the bat. It's a half shot. This goes for the second run. Two runs to Ishara Lakshan. He's in a good touch. 16 of 10. And got the outside edge. Will it run down to the boundary? No, they're going for the second. Two balls, 4 runs. A very good start to the over. Tried to go for that big heave by Ishara Lakshan, just took the outside edge and falls in no man's land, backward of point. Comes Kavisha Sampath. Played really well. A brilliant placement. Another boundary. effortless. Brilliant awareness and brilliant placement and brilliant timing as well. A brilliant cricket from Tarinder Shehan. Smartly played. That's wide outside the off stump. That's wide. There was an appeal from the bowler and the wicket keeper. Ten runs has already come in this over and 2 more deliveries to go. This is turning out to be a big over for Attire Private Limited. Again, wide outside the off stump. Just inside the tram line. Brilliant bowling from Kavisha Sampath. A rare dot delivery this over. Again, Tarinder Shehan try to go for the second run. And it comes to the end of 18th over, 128 for 6, Attire Private Limited.
In the heart of Colombo,
Sahan Harshana into his second over. Sporting to the penultimate over. Again, pitched it wide outside the off stump. A little bit short. Ishara Lakshan was on strike ideally. The man in good touch. At least can Attire Private Limited get to 145 or 150? That could have been a competitive score. Again, let's move towards the offside. Try to go over the bowler's head, but just got the inside part of the bat. Just another single. Ansell Lanka at this stage will be pleased to give the single away. Went down the track, Tarinder Shehan missed it completely, and Attire Private Limited loses their 7th. Brilliant bowling from Sahan Harshana. Look at that, it dipped on him. He departs for 11 of 12. Attire Private Limited 130 for 7. Just 9 deliveries left. There's no option. You need to go for big shots. That's 130. Might not be enough. At the toss, Attire Private Limited, they said they were eyeing about 180. So we saw how they approached as Taruka Gimhan, 20 matches, 178 runs. Sahan Harshana. Try to go for the reverse lap. Another dot delivery. One and 2 dots with a wicket. It's turning out to be a brilliant over for Ansell Lanka. It's an unnecessary thing from the skipper. That's unnecessary stuff from the skipper. He shouldn't have to throw that to the wicket. He was already at his crease. Being given away an extra run. And the last delivery of this over, the penultimate over of this inning. Ken goes for that big heave. And there goes the 8th wicket. Ishara Lakshan was stumped by the skipper Prabhat Dhananjay. He goes. Look at that. Look at the replay. There's 131 for 8. Ishara Lakshan departs for 20 or 14. A well-made 20. 19 overs done. 131 for 8. Comes Kavish Sampath to wrap things up here into his last over of his spell. The last over of this inning as well. Here comes Kavish Sampath. Again goes through the offside. Single goes for the second. Again another wicket. Another run out. A brilliant throw from sweeper cover fielder. And cuts that really well. Hit it behind the square. It was out. He didn't ground the bat. Taruka Gimhan. He departs for 132 for 9. Attire Private Limited is struggling at the moment. And the last over. There's 5 deliveries remaining. Adisha Pabasara, 6 matches, 47 runs. Last man in for Attire. Comes Kavisha Sampath. He's straight to backward point for a single. Ansell Lanka, they won't mind giving away singles. There's a replay of the run out. Look at that. Well pick up. A very good throw. A brilliant take from the wicketkeeper. Absolutely brilliant. Here comes Kavisha Sampath. Again, followed the batsman. He moved beyond the off stump. Wicketkeeper again did really well to get a hand onto the ball. Okay, it was short. Again, very well bowled by Kavisha Sampath. Read the batsman really well. He saw the batter moving across towards the off stump, and he followed the batsman and didn't give room and bowled it short. Again, a loud appeal from bowler and the wicketkeeper. Another good delivery. The last delivery coming up. Some extra bounce. And full straight. Will they go for the second? Over the strikers end. It was a very good running between the wicket. They got 2 runs. The last delivery. And they end up their 20 overs with 136 for 9. Attire Private Limited. It's a brilliant performance with the ball from Ansell Lanka after winning the toss and bowling first. Could have been another run out. It's a dominant performance with the ball by Ansell Lanka. It's a batting effort from Attire Private Limited. At the top, Sonal Pereira scored 24 of 10. Got off to a flying start. And Kavindu Kularatna scored 18. Dinuka Darshan got 19. Tarindu Shehan scored 11. Harit Lakshan scored 18. And Ishara Lakshan again scored 20. Majority of the batters got themselves into a good start. But they failed to continue and make it to a big one. And at the end of their 20 overs, they fell apart. 136 for 9 at the end of their 20 overs. Here's a bowling performance of Ansell Lanka. Prabhat Dhananjaya, the skipper, Sanjeeva Piris and Sahan Harshan got 2 wickets apiece, and Chatura Sanjeeva and Deshan Silva got 1 wicket each. You can see wickets fell in regular intervals and they were restricted. Ansell Lanka. Brilliant bowling performance. Comes the highlights of the inning. They got to a brilliant start. 6 off the very first ball. They played their shots all around the ground. 2 sixes in the very first over. They went after the bowling. And Sonal Pereira got off to a flying start. These are the shots played all around the park. And this is the first wicket. This is where the momentum starts to shift. Again, very good shots played all around the ground. And this is another very good catch running backward. And this is the captain who gets the opposition captain. And few good shots played by Dinuka Darshana, the middle phase of the inning. A soft dismissal. And Dinuka Darshana threw his wicket away And Harith Lakshan also showed some resistance, but didn't last much longer. And very good shots have been played. This is Harith Lakshan's wicket. Middle stump uprooted. In the latter part of the inning, there's a little cameo played by Ishara Lakshan. And also again shots played all around the ground. Stumping chance got by the wicket keeper, and it's a brilliant run out. All around, it's a brilliant cricket. Look at that brilliant take from wicket keeper. And the happy camp of Ansell Lanka. This is the required runs, 137 of 120 to march into the quarterfinals. We will be back after a short break with the run chase of Ansell Lanka.
So welcome back to the campus grounds in Colombo. Continuation of the game between Attire and also Ansell Lanka. And we missed out of the first part of the action. Well, Ansell Lanka won the toss, elected to bowl first, and then restricted the Attire group to 136 for 9 in their 20 overs, a run rate of 6.80. And there's the scorecard for Attire. Sonal Perra started well. He got 24 quick runs, 2 sixes, 3 fours. And then they lost their way suddenly in between. Look at that scorecard, because they had not many batsmen in double figures. There are about 4 batsmen in double figures. But of course, their main middle order batsmen, they didn't really score runs. The bowling figures, in fact, for Ansell Lanka, look at that. We have Dhananjaya 2 wickets for 13, and then Piri's 2 for 25, and Harshan 2 for 8. The pick of the bowlers, and the follow wickets, the first at 31, and the last at 132. So there we are, 20 overs completed, 7 extras in that total of 136 for 9. The target for Ansell Lanka, 137 to win of 120 balls. It's a very gettable total, because Ansell Lanka have played good cricket throughout this tournament in the Mercantile Cricket Association F Division T20 League tournament for 2026. And don't forget that we had one game in the morning as well. If you'd like to know the result of that game, the game between Sportylk and Commercial Credit, and that was a good game that should have been ending up in a good victory for perhaps Commercial Credit, who were supposed to win that match. But Sportylk 162 all out in 19.1 overs, and Commercial Credit restricted 117 for 7 in their 20 overs. So Sportylk won by 45 runs. Right, so match number 2 went into the last innings, the 4th innings, and the time reads around 3:40 Sri Lankan time in the afternoon, and the players out in the middle. So we're going to see the start of the innings as well, with Ansell Lanka requiring 137 to win. Lovely afternoon, sun really beaming down the grounds, blue skies. Unlike yesterday was early rains around in Colombo area. And as you all might know, the match between New Zealand and Pakistan in the Super 8 of the T20 World Cup was abandoned without a ball being bowled. And here we are now with Sahan Harshana. 50 matches, that's a lot of matches. He's made 200 runs as well, to 140 total runs, and a strike rate of 105. It's an excellent strike rate. So 415 50s in his innings. Mindu Silva to bowl the first over. So Deshan is also the non-strikers. Then Mindu Silva, 20 matches, 2 for 18, his best figures, picked up 15 wickets in all. And economy rate, not too bad, 6.60, so you can pick up some wickets, is Mindu Silva. And of course, a lot will depend on these first 5-6 overs as to what Attire group could do, and also Ansell Lanka. Here we go, first ball of the innings. Ooh, that really took off. Short outside the line of off stump, wicket keeper right behind the stumps. A lot of pace in that delivery. So it's a dot ball to start with. Silva once again. The ball ricochets towards that short third man. So now the dot ball. Mindu Silva bending his back, getting some extra pace as well. The 2 dot balls so far to Sahan. Cut away beautifully. That beats the fielders with boundary at sweeper cover for 4. There was no stopping that. It was well played indeed. Picked up beautifully was Sahan, and hit it between the gaps as well, and found the boundary quite easily. Look at that. That's the way it went along the ground. And of course, it found the boundary so easily. First runs on the bat. So Ansell Lanka off the mark with 4 for no wicket after 3 balls. And Sahan is on 4 as well. And this one played his soft hands on the offside towards that point fielder. They pick up a single for that. And takes the Ansell Lanka total to 5 for no wicket. And brings Deshan to take strike to face his first ball of the innings. Deshaun Silva, 31 matches, top score of 74, aggregate of 497 runs, excellent strike rate 170.79, only 150 to his credit. But nevertheless, Deshaun Silva also no mean batsman. So these two batsmen quite capable of putting on a good partnership for Ansell Lanka. Edge to short, third man, no chance of run. So total remains at 5 for no wicket after 5 deliveries in the first over. There's the target, 137. And here's Silva again, last ball due of balls. Short outside the line of off stump. Cut away nicely down towards the sweeper region. Gets 6 for that. That ends the over as well. 6 for no wicket after the first over. Needed for the 131 for 114 balls. So Deshan on 1, Sahan is on 5. Ishara Lakshan to bowl his first over. He's played 23 matches, 19 wickets. The best figure has been 3 for 19. Economy rate 9.16. Played gently on the onside. Past the square leg umpire down to deep mid wicket for a single again. So 7 for no wicket. Ansell Lanka. No great hurry to get the total of 137. Plenty of time to get there. They'll need wickets in hand. They'll need partnerships up the order. Susan is on strike once again. He's on 5. He's faced 4 balls. Pulled away. Backward square into the boundary for 4. That's well played. A poor delivery from Ishara Lakshan. Got the treatment from the batsman. Too short. Look at that, where it is pitched halfway down the track. And the batsman made full use of that. You can't afford a ball so short on these tracks, especially matting wickets. You get taken to the cleaners by batsmen. So San moves to 9, the total up to 11 for no wicket is Ansell Lanka. A reminder once again, the target is 137. So 126 more runs required. Outside the line of off stump. For a moment he was flirting with that, but then pulled his bat away at the last moment. Saw it through the wicket keeper. Is Sahan. A target of 137, not a big target in T20 cricket. Very gettable. Up to the pad, asking the question. Finger comes up. There we are. So Ansell Lanka lose their first wicket. Umpire had a good look at that, thought about it, and then lift the finger. So Sahan, the man out for 9. Here we go again. The bowler pleading for that. So Ishar Lakshan has picked up his first wicket. Sahan Harshan out for 9 of 7 balls. Sanjeev, the new man, walking in to bat. He joins Deshan. 1.4 overs completed. And Ansell Lanka 11 for the loss of 1 wicket. So even though 137 doesn't seem to be a very big total, you've got to bat well to get those totals. You can't afford to lose early wickets. That's important. Keep wickets in hand, get the runs quietly. Build up a good partnership with your partner. That's so important. And Sanjeeva Deshapriya, 33 matches, top score 79, aggregate was 557, 350 is to his credit, good strike rate, 113.21. Well played. Wants a single. Deshan, his partner, sent him back, not interested. Right, the last wicket that fell, look at that. Hit him underneath the knee roll. So the umpire had a good look at that and thought about it before lifting his finger. Flick down the leg side, down towards fine leg, into the boundary for 4. That's well played. There's no fine leg in place. And that completes over number 2 as well. So 2 overs completed. And Ansell Lanka moving on very nicely. They lost that 1 wicket in the over, but the total moves on to 16 for 1 after 2 overs.
In the heart of Colombo, where
16 for 1, Ansell Lanka requiring 137 to win. Sachiva is on strike, he's on run. Munindu Silva. Again on the leg stump and flicked away down to a short fine leg this time for a single. Leg bye called in fact, so not off the bat but leg byes. But nevertheless 1 more to the total as well. So Deshan on 6 on strike at the moment. Oh, bowled him, cleaned him up. A very poor shot from Deshan, playing right across the line on that. And how many times have you seen those type of shots being played, playing across the line and losing either an off stump or a middle stump. And of course, Attire group pick up their second wicket. And they'll be delighted with that. Look at that, what type of shot was played. Right across the line. Very, very poor shot. And Deshan Silva goes to 6 of 5 balls. Mindu Silva picks up a wicket. There has to be more responsibility from the batsmen playing those type of shots when they know that their target is not a big one. It's 137 the target, but you can't afford to lose so many wickets in a heap like that. So Prabhat, the new man, walking out. The 2.2 overs bowled, and Ansell Lanka are 17 for 2, meaning the Silva picks up his first wicket, 1 for 6 after 1.2 overs. So for the 120 runs required of 106 balls, they have 8 wickets in hand. Now that's what they got to be conscious about. They're in a very strong position because they're really restricted Attire group to 136 and 9 in their 20 overs. Just considered 6.8 runs an over, and now find themselves in all sorts of problems when you lose 2 quick wickets in the 3rd over of an inning. Prabhat Naranja, 48 matches, top score 122, he's got an aggregate of 1371, a strike rate, excellent strike rate, a touch under 106, so 107.50 is to his credit. So he's no mean batsman, but he'll have to bat well today. Ansell Lanka will need batsmen to make runs today because they lost 2 quick wickets. And look at that, playing across the line, a very, very poor stroke. Right, so here we go with Prabhat on strike, Minindu at the top of his mark. Attire group will be really happy with the way things are going at the moment. Caught behind, nope, umpire says not out. Bowler and wicketkeeper really confident. Of course, we don't have snickermeter to check that out. The bowler and wicketkeeper very confident. Let's take a look at that. Look at the way it's been bowled. It's inconclusive as far as we are concerned. Couldn't see any edge on that. Pulls away at the last moment, hits the leg stump, but that won't be out because the umpire has called dead ball at the moment as well. So a bit of work for the umpires to get the stumps ready again for the next delivery. So Prabhat still to score. Sajiva is on 1. Minindu Silva 1 for 6 on 1.3 overs. Ansell Lanka 17 for 2. Oh, high full toss. Got a leading edge but didn't really carry it to the fielder. That really surprised Prabhat as well. We'll look at that. There we go. A leading edge. Edge again, this time down towards backward point. Unable to get a run. Another dot ball. So there's one leg by and a wicket so far in the over. And one ball left in the second over from Mindu Silva. It's been a tidy over from him. Played again on the offside. That's well bowled. Ends the over. 3 completed. Ansell Lanka 17 for 2 after 3 overs. Prabhat is still to score. Sanjeev is on 1. Mindu Silva 2 overs, 1 for 6. So 120 required to win over 102 balls for Ansell Lanka. The last over was an interesting one. And now Ishara Lakshan to bowl his second over. 1 for 10 his figures. Bowling to Sajiva. Lofted on the offside. Fielder couldn't get there, just over his head. So they come back for 2. Lucky escape for Sajiva. Just over the reach of that fielder at extra cover. Going for a big heave on the offside. Look at the fielder running behind. Keeping his eyes on the ball, but just out of his reach. 19 for 2. We're in this 4th over. Played upishly again down towards third man. Thick edge to third man. So another single being taken. Sajiva goes on to 4. The total is 20 for 2 after 3.2 overs. Need a further 117 runs of 100 balls. Required rate is 7.02. So Prabhat on strike once again. He's faced 4 balls still to score. Going for a drive again, beaten outside the line of off stump. Again, an appeal from the wicketkeeper and the bowler. Umpire says nope. Prabhat, the left-hander, look at that. Didn't think there was any edge on that because the ball just flew to the wicketkeeper. There's no deflection. This time he drives. Backward point, gets a hand to it. Prevents a run being taken. Ishara Lakshan has conceded 3 runs so far in this over. And also 2 dot balls. Drives down the track, bowler fields on his follow through. That's well fielded. Another dot ball puts more pressure on the batting side. Ansell Lanka 24, they lost 2 wickets. And Prabhat has faced 7 balls, is still to score. And that tells you a story that perhaps now he's thinking that he must go runs, and could he throw his wicket away? Let's wait and see. That's outside the line of off stump. Beats the wicket keeper as well. Down to the boundary it goes. Crosses the rope now. By call by the umpire. That's poor keeping. There was nothing really magical about that for the wicket keeper to miss it. There we go. It bounced before it reached him. Went through his legs then after that. 24 for 2. Ansell Lanka after 4 overs.
In the heart of Colombo,
24 for 2 after 4. Over the head of the man at mid-off, down to the boundary for 4 again. Taking the aerial route is Ansell Lanka. Look at that. Lofted. No chance for the man at mid-off. 28 for 2. Sajiv on 8 at the moment. Mindu Silva 1 for 10 from 2.1 overs. Taken on the full this time, a slow ball. Hit away on the offside towards that wide mid-off position. Only a single this time, so 29 for 2. Brings Prabhat on strike once again. He's taking guard, leg stump. He's faced 8 balls, but he's still to score. Mindu Silva, 2.2 overs, 1 for 11 his figures. Driven on the offside, straight to extra cover, another dot ball. So Prabhat unable to score still. He's faced 9 balls at the moment. And when you face so many balls and you don't really get off the mark, you can't throw your wicket away. You need to concentrate more. Your side needs you to bat long. Again, the player missed outside the line of off stump. So Prabhat really struggling with the bat at the moment, the left-hander. Again, looking for a single, but well fielded by the bowlers. Running across on his follow-through. My word. 11 balls to Prabhat. He still can't score. It's 29 for 2 after 4.5. Drives this time on the onside. Mid-on does the fielding. Doesn't field cleanly, but there we are. Finally, Prabhat off the mark after 12 balls. Ends the over. 5 completed. And Ansell group are 30 for 2 with Sajiva on 9. Prabhat on 1. Mindu Silva, 3 overs, 1 for 12.
Yes, the equation 107 runs required off 90 deliveries. The required run rate is just above 7. Prabhat Dhananjay finally got off the mark after 11 deliveries in the last ball of the previous over. Comes Ishara Lakshan. Again, a wide delivery comes round the wicket. They're not giving away easy runs. Ansell Lanka. Prabhat Dhananjay tried to go straight. Very well fielded. Prabhat Dhananjay seems to struggle a lot, especially to find his timing right. He's going for the quick single. Very well backed up by the wicket keeper. Now see Shara Lakshan. Full toss. This goes through the field. Going for the second run. It's an opportunity for the third as well. They went for 3 runs. So 5 runs have already come in this over. So 3 more deliveries yet to come. Ansell Lanka's point of view, it's a very good over for them. 1 or 2 of 87 deliveries is well and truly in their hands. Unless they throw it themselves. Again, another wide delivery. Runs are coming. It's a freebie from Ishara Lakshan. Here comes Ishara Lakshan. And cut away straight to the cover. Prabhat Dhananjay is struggling to pick the gaps here. He's struggling to find his rhythm. It's 2 of 15. Again, full straight. Hit straight to the bowler. It's not good stuff from Prabhat Lakshan's point of view. 2 of 16. If it wasn't for the extras, Attire Private Limited has conceded. As nothing has gone away for Ansell Lanka. Here comes Ishara Lanka. This drop and run. Very good running between the wicket. And that's the end of the 6th. The first power play is done. 37 for 2, Ansell Lanka.
In the heart of Colombo,
the required runs is exactly 100 from 14 overs. Prabhat Dhananjay must change his gears if they want to chase this down. Adisha Pabasar, a new bowler, comes into the attack. 12 matches, 22 wickets. Left arm orthodox spinner. Left arm spinner against the left-hander. Drifting down the leg side. The wicket keeper missed it. Running down to the boundary. It's 5 wides. 5 extra runs. .95 of 84. Goes downtown. Single down to long off. Dealing in singles here. The runs are coming easily. So many extras for Ansell Lanka. Adisha Pabasara, left arm orthodox spinner. It's a genuine wicket taker. Goes for the big shot. Falls just in front of short third man fielder. Didn't have enough legs to carry on to the fielder. It was a loose shot from Sajiva. And that was a brilliant one. Spun right across the batter. Sajiva, he had no clue where to hit. Tried to go across the line. He missed it completely. Brilliant bowling from Adisha Pabasara. Again, straight to the field. 3 dots in a row. A brilliant comeback after being conceded 5 runs, 5 extras of the first ball. Inside edge, could have easily chopped onto the stumps. Another single to Sajiva. A lucky escape for the batter. Here comes Adisha Pabasara. Comes over the wicket. Again got the inside part of the bat. Will they go for the second? No, they won't. Very good over for Ansell Lanka. 8 runs off it. Courtesy of the 5 wides. 7 overs done. 45 for 2. The required run rate is at just above 7. It's manageable, especially in this format of the game. One good over can change the whole game. Prabhat Dhananjay, 5 of 19 deliveries, is struggling a little bit. New bowler Hadith Lakshan is brought into the attack. A right arm, a gentle off break. 47 matches, 31 wickets. Best of bowling is a 4 for 15. A shot outside the off stump. Missed it completely, Prabhat Dhananjay. A cutaway behind square. Boundary to Prabhat Lakshan. He breaks the shackles. A welcome boundary for Ansell Lanka. Was short, wide outside the off stump, and he got punished. Played late, behind square, and very well placed. And goes for a quick single. A fumble at short third man. And another single. Very smart batting from Prabhat Dhananjay. A boundary and a single. Get short and pull away for another single. This is very good batting from Ansell Lanka. Harit Lakshan. Again, very good batting. This is a quick run. Running between the wickets is absolutely brilliant between these two. They are milking singles, just dropping into the gaps and running singles and keep the scoreboard moving. As Sajiva goes for a big shot. Another single down to long on. It's a very good over. 8 runs off it. 8 overs done. 53 for 2, Ansell Lanka.
In the heart of Colombo, where
84 runs off 72 deliveries. Adisha Pabasar to continue, the left-arm orthodox spinner. Slip in place against the right-hander. It's a very good decision from the skipper, Kavindu Hiranta. Moved across the line and goes over deep square leg for a 6. It was right on slot in his hitting arc. He went hard at it for another 6. Brilliant from Sajiva. He's in a very good touch. Again. Very well adjusted by the bowler. Gave some more air and slowed it a bit. Slip in place. Again, a full toss. Again, worked away towards deep mid wicket. Very good batting from Sajiva. $60 for 2, Ansell Lanka. 77 required off 69. The game is in their control at the moment. They don't need to do fancy stuff here. Just rotate the strike, hit the odd ball to the boundary, and take everything that comes their way. Another single. Took the inside part of the bat. Prabhat Dhananjay, 12 off 24. Again, going straight up in the air. And that's the third one. One shot too many from Sajiva. They tried to repeat the first 6. At that time, he connected, but this time didn't work. Throw his wicket away. A very good partnership was going. It was unnecessary shot. He got the required runs in the over they needed. The false shot cost his wicket. Sajiva Deshapriya departs for 22. Ansell Lanka, 61 for 3. Pathum is the new batsman. Pathum Ekanayaka. 43 matches, 823 runs. Highest score is 73. And 4 half centuries under his name as well. He's a very good batter. He need to deliver. .76 runs required. It's well within their reach. Ansell Lanka. Again, foolish delivery. Worked away towards a deep square leg for a single. 9 overs completed. There's a replay of the previous wicket. Just a wild hoik. Just went straight up. 3 wickets down, 63 runs. Ansell Lanka at the end of 9th. Suresh Lakpriya, a left-arm orthodox spinner, brought into the attack. An experienced player, 39 matches, 47 wickets, best bowling, 5 for 25. Pathu Mekanayake is on strike. I would like to have a slip in place, especially for right-hander. It just came in. Bowling a little bit quicker, Suresh Lakpriya. Just went on with the arm. Single down to deep square leg. Ansell Lanka need a partnership here. 74 of 64. There's nothing too many things required. Just get the singles, rotate the strike, and keep the scoreboard ticking. And that's what all required from Ansell Lanka. Solidly behind it. It's a very good delivery from Suresh Lakpriya. 3 good deliveries so far. Brilliant start to the over. Again, goes just above the bowler. Was not in control at all. But still counts. Another single. Dealing in singles at the moment. Again, worked away nicely. Another single down to covers. Pathu Mekanayake, the new man in. Prabha Dhananjay is now spent quite a time at the crease. 13 of 26. He's quite struggling to get going. And worked away into the leg side. Another single to conclude the 10th over. 10 overs done. Ansell Lanka 66 for 3.
In the heart of Colombo.
So we are at the halfway stage of the innings, and there are the 2 worms as well. The worm of Ansell Lanka creeping up against the Attire group. And after 10 overs, 66 for 3. The target is 137. Pavasara bowls, and this one is flighted again. Driven on the offside in the air for a while, but sweeped as well to cover up this time. They pick up 1 more run. Prabhat moves on to 15, brings Pathum on 3 to take strike. 1 for 18 is Adisha's figures after 2.1 overs. He has bowled consistently well in this tournament, in this Mercantile F division. Flighted again, played out to the offside towards backward point. No chance of a run. So 70 of 58 balls, the equation. They got 7 wickets in hand. And Sri Lanka slightly ahead at this stage. Played a miss again. Half-hearted appeal from the bowler. No great conviction in the appeal, but well bowled, in fact, by Adisha. Beat Pathum outside the line of off stump. He's not afraid to flight the ball, is Adisha. Leading edge out towards that point region again. Another dot ball. He's into his third over. 1 for 18 his figures after 2.3 overs. Blighted again. This time Pathum gets some bat to it. Running down towards fine leg. Fielder is after it. Gets over the boundary for 4. Just had enough legs. So 4 useful runs, in fact, for Ansell Lanka. Look at that. Just tickled around the corner. Fielder after it. There was no great power on the shot, in fact, but another fielder coming from a backward square leg also couldn't get there. 71 for 3 out of 10.5. Taken on the full, driven on the onside towards deep mid-wicket this time. Come back for 2, that's the end of the over as well. So 11 overs completed. And Ansell Lanka 73 for the loss of 3 wickets. Pathum on 9, Prabhat on 15. Prabhasara 3 overs, 1 for 24. And we'll take a short break for the drinks.
We've got something new for you here at MCA. Serving fresh coffee, tea, bubble tea, gourmet burgers and so much more from 9:30 a.m. to 11 p.m. every day.
In the heart of Colombo, where
Right, so the players are back in their positions. The drinks off the field. The shadows lengthening over the grounds as well, over the trees. 64 needed to win as Ansell Lanka have got 54 balls to get those 64 runs. They're on 73 for 3 after 11 overs. Prabhat 15 on strikes. Suresh Lakpriya 1 over, none for 4. Worked away on the onside, down towards that deep mid-wicket position. Only a single. Current run rate 6.63. They require 7.13 from this stage onwards. That's Ansell Lanka. The target is 137. Looking for a single that time. The bowler unable to field it cleanly, but sent back by his partner, Prabhat. So Pathum will retain the strike. He's the right hand on strike. Ansell Lanka will have to bat carefully at the moment. They can't afford to lose too many wickets to get this total of 137. Nicely played, driven on the offside. Along the ground towards long off for a single. $75 for 3, Ansell Lanka. Very short, gets the treatment of the back foot down to his backward point into the boundary for 4. That's a poor delivery from Suresh Lakpriya. Too short, width on offer as well. And look at that. Good shot. Picks that gap between backward point and short third man. The ball flies down to the boundary for 4. So Prabhat moves on to 20. 79 for 3 after 11.4. That really helped Ansell Lanka. to bring their run rate down a bit as well to 6.77, the required rate. 58 required of 50 balls at the moment. Played nicely on the onside. Down to deep mid wicket, so they'll get one more run. So luck player, 1.4 overs, none for 1.5 overs, none for 11. The last ball of the 12th, he's second. Played it soft hands. They complete the single quite comfortably in the end, 80 for 3 or 81 for 3 after 12 overs with Pathum on 21. Pathum is on 11 in fact, and Prabhat on 21. Luck player, 2 overs, none for 12. Some 48, the equation. They also got wickets in hand, 7 wickets in hand, 81 for 3 after 12. So Prabhasara to bowl his 4th and final over, 1 for 24. They depend a lot on him to pick up some wickets. He bowls well, he's not afraid to flight the ball, give the ball, entice the batsman to come down to the track. There we are. Again, beats the batsman outside the line of off stump. Gets a bit of extra bounce as well. He's Adisha Prabhasara. There we go. Look at that. The bounce he gets beats the batsman. Played a miss outside the line of off stump. Gets turned as well. 2 dot balls from Adisha so far in this over. Played on the offside. The bowler fields on his follow through. Putting the pressure on the batsman is Adisha. 81 for 3 after 12.3. 56 of 45 balls, the equation. Off the back foot, crashed away again to point. They are tidy over for Adisha Prabhasara. 3.4 overs, 1 for 24 his figures. Lofted on the offside. Picked up at long off, only a single this time. So Pathum on 12 brings Prabhat on 21 to take strike. The last ball of Adisha's 4-over spell coming up, 3.5 overs, 1 for 25 his figures. 82 for 3 after 12.5. 55 of 43 balls, the equation. 7 wickets in hand. Hit away on the offside again. Beats the man at mid-off. Down towards long off it goes. Picked up inside the boundary. They come back for 2. Direct hit. But the batsman was certainly home. And that will complete the over as well. So 13 overs completed. And Ansell Lanka 84 for the loss of 3 wickets.
In the heart of Colombo, where...
So Ansell Lanka inching closer to the victory target of 137. And there's the Manhattans. You can see them very clearly there, the blue lines indicating Ansell Lanka. The yellow was so Attire group. Harit Lakshan to bowl his second over, none for 8 his figures. 84 for 3 after 13. Pathum on strike is on 12. Pulled away on the onside. Out caught. Excellent catch. My word, Adisha is an excellent fielder as well. The left armer just inches inside the boundary. That's an excellent catch. One of the best catches we've seen today. And when you look at that, pulled handsomely on the onside. And look at the fielder. Adisha is in position. Outstretched hands. Looks at the boundary rope as well. Doesn't trample the rope, so it means that he's taken a clean catch. Mekanaka departs to 12 of 18. Adish has picked up the beautiful catch on the boundary. And Harit Lakshan picks up his first wicket. It's 84 for 4. We are in the 14th over. 53 runs required of 41 balls. The equation for Ansell Lanka could be anybody's game now. It may go down to the wire as well. These are two good teams battling it out for pre-quarterfinals. New batsman is Chami, comes in to join Prabhat. They'll need two batsmen to be sensible to bat to the end now for Ansell Lanka. Right, so Chami Jayaranga, 33 matches, top score 55, aggregate of 312 runs. That's the 150. Good strike rate, a touch under 107. So this could be anybody's game at the moment. It's so open. One time Ansell Lanka were ahead, but now with that wicket as well, things have evened out. Played on the onside, looking for one. The bowler was very quick to move to his right to do the fielding, to prevent the batsman getting a single. That's good fielding. That's what you really need to do. Put pressure on the batsman as well. And there's that catch again. What a catch. Look at that. Outside the line of off stump, going for the cut shot, looking for the wide call for the umpire, but not to be, I think it was inside the tram lines. Driven again, thick outside edge to short third man. $85 for 4 with that single. Chami is off the mark with the single. $52 of 38 balls, the equation for Ansell Lanka. Oh, there we are. Player a miss. Wicketkeeper didn't collect it cleanly. Was the batsman out of his crease? Let's take a look at that. That would have been interesting. There we go. Yes, he was out of the crease for a moment. Wicketkeeper couldn't collect it cleanly. So maybe a missed opportunity there for Attire group. With the last ball, the 14th over coming up. And that one beats the wicketkeeper down towards the third man. Boundary it goes. Crosses the rope down for 4. Bye is called. Nevertheless, the 4 runs to Ansell Lanka. And they end the over as well. 14 completed. 89 for 4. Prabhat on 23. Chami on 1. There's the pre-play coming up. Coming forward, went through the wicketkeeper's legs, in fact. And just raced away to the boundary for 4. 48 of 36, the equation for Ansell Lanka. There's a scoreboard as well that gives all the statistics to the players in the middle. Coming to Kularatne to bowl his first over. He's played 34 matches, got 30 wickets, best figures of 4 for 21. Economy is not too bad, 3.88. So the required rate is 8 and over, 48 of 36 balls, the equation for Ansell Lanka. Can Attire group hold them back, pick up some more wickets and pull this game back in their favor? Let's wait and see. Matter of time. We're into the 15th over now. Played on the onside. Wicketkeeper is after it. There's nobody backing up. The wicketkeeper has a go at the wicketkeeper's end to try and hit the wickets there, but it doesn't succeed. But it's backed up deeper, so they pick up a single for that. $90 for 4 after 14.1. Prabhat 23 of 34 on strike. Hit in the air on the offside, out towards extra cover, it's a boundary for 4. That's well played. Picked the gap beautifully that time. There was no fielder at the sweeper boundary region. The boundary really helps their cause. Ansell Lanka. The sweeper was standing a very, very square indeed. He had no chance in cutting it off. 94 for 4 after 14.2. 43 required of 34 balls, the equation for Ansell Lanka becoming easier. Going for the cut shot. Doesn't make contact. Wicketkeeper doesn't collect it cleanly initially, but recovers well. So it's a dot ball. Drives along the ground, too long off. He'll pick up one more run. Sensible batting. 43 of 33 at the moment, so 95 for the loss of 4 wickets and 42 more runs required. They're going at 6.48 and they require 7.88. Not a big ask at 7.88. When you've got wickets in hand. Chami on strike, he's on 2. Drives straight to the bowler who fields on his follow through. It's a dot ball. So 1 ball left in over number 15. And after this, there'll be 5 more overs. 42 runs required. Hit away on the onside this time. Long on, there's the fielding. The batsman will cross the 1. The lengthy over as well. So 15 overs completed. And Ansell Lanka 96 for 4 with Prabhat on 28, Chami on 3 and Kularatna 1 over, none for 7.
In the heart of Colombo, where
As the equation 41 required of 30 deliveries. Ansell Lanka chasing the target of 137. And Chami Jayaranga and Prabhat Dhananjay is on strike. Harit Lakshan to continue his 3rd over. So far bowled really well, 2 overs, 1 for 9. It's Chami Jayaranga. A full toss. A little fumble at long off boundary. Just a single. It's Prabhat Dhananjay. He's on 28 of 37. A slight misfield. Will they go for the second? No. Two deliveries, 2 singles. The required run rate is 8.3. Is going up in every delivery. Again, short. Attempted leg spin delivery from Harit Lakshan. Will they go for the second? No. Straight to the hands of Adisha Pabasara. Has a strong arm. It's a very good fielder. There's Haris Lakshan. Hit it straight to the fielder again. There's no timing at all from Prabhat Dhananjaya. He's struggling to find his rhythm from the start. Still hasn't been able to get going. And this game, it looks like it's going down to the wire. Again, brilliantly fielded. Certainly stopped a couple of runs. Adisha Pabasara. Brilliant effort on the field. Keeps it down to just a single. Look at that. Hit hard. Look at the commitment. It was absolutely brilliant. Certainly stopped a boundary. Again, a very good delivery right into the block hole. Driven down the ground. Another single. "36 runs required of 24 deliveries, 9 runs per over from here." We have a game. 6 wickets in hand, Ansell Lanka. Someone out of these two needs to take the charge. Someone need to take a chance and go big. Chami Jayaranga is on strike. Outside the off stump. Caught. Brilliant. This is what Attire Private Limited needed. A wicket from here. Suresh Lakpriya. He came and he made an impact immediately. Got a much needed wicket. Ansell Lanka loses their fifth. A 101 for 5. Ansell Lanka. Chami Jayaranga departs. He departs for 6. 6 of 10 deliveries. Ansell Lanka, they are in trouble. Chatura Sanjeeva is a new man in. 28 matches, 305 runs. Very good strike rate. Ansell Lanka desperately need that particular strike today, especially with the context of this game at the moment. And Suresh Lakpriya. That was fun and extra bounce as well. Another single. Prabhat Dhananjaya, the set batsman here, the skipper, he needs to take charge. He's a man who needs to look for a big shot here. 30 or 40, he was struggling from the start. Now it's the time to break the shackles. Here comes Suresh Lakpriya. He goes for a big. He goes big for a 6. We just mentioned that he needs to kick on. He needs to break the shackles. And the boy, he delivered. It was short. It was a right in his hitting arc. It dispatched over deep square leg. A much needed 6 for Ansell Lanka. Suresh Lakpriya. It was a real loose shot. Again, goes big. Another one. 2 in 2 for Prabhat Dhananjay. He takes charge. Previous one, it was short. Now it's 2 full. Right into his hitting arc. Look at that. Took his front foot out of the way and whacked it. Over deep mid wicket. Prabhat Dhananjay all of a sudden is scoring at a runner ball here. What a knock he is playing. 23 required of 20 now. Now it's Ansell Lanka's game to lose from here. Very smart batting. Smartly played. 2 sixes and got a single and got to the non-strikers and Prabhat Dhananjay. They got the required runs of this over. 14 runs already. So nothing fancy required. Just get the single. Comes again. Right into the hands of Suresh Lakpriya. Should have been taken. And 17 overs done. 116 for 5. Ansell Lanka.
In the heart of Colombo,
As equation 21 of 18, all of a sudden, the game is going in favor of Ansell Lanka. Kavindu Kularatha is a new bowler. Just bowled 1 over, conceded 7 runs. This is a very important over for Ansell Lanka and both Attire Private Limited. Again, Chatura Sanjeeva goes big and goes for a maximum. What a shot. Put the ball under pressure immediately. And very well played. It goes again. Another one out of the park. Too much down the leg side. Just hoiked it over deep square leg. Look at that. Brilliant shot. Now only 9 runs required. It's down to single digit. 2 sixers in the over. Try to go hard again, Chatura Sanjeeva. There's nothing fancy required. Just get the single. Very good decision from the umpire. It's clearly inside his crease. Chatura Sanjeeva. 2 big hits. Will he go for another? A short, .1. I was expecting that to be full. But very good comeback by Kavindu Kularatna after being hit for a couple of sixes. That's the over. 18 overs done. 1-2-8 for 5. Ansell Lanka. 9 runs required off 12 deliveries. Prabhat Dhananjaya is on strike. Minidu Silva brought back into the attack for his last over. The penultimate over of this inning. The captain, Prabhat Dhananjaya, asking for the helmet. The pace bowler, Minidu Silva. Prabhat Dhananjaya is on 43 of 43. Chatura Sanjeeva on 14 of 8. Minidu Silva, a right arm off-break bowler. Driven down the ground for a single. A full toss goes downtown. It's another boundary. Chatura Sanjeeva is taking the game away from Attire Private Limited here. 4 of 10 now. Was a full toss. Easy pickings for the batter. And another single. Just 3 runs away from the victory and the quarter-finals from Ansell Lanka. What an inning these two are playing, especially Prabhat Dhananjaya was struggling at one stage. It's gone. Prabhat Dhananjaya hit it straight to the bowler. Against the run of play. Look at that. Just pushed it. And a very good catch by the bowler. Diving forward. It's not an easy chance. Brilliant inning from Captain Prabhat Dhananjaya. What a hand he played. 44 of 45. Definitely a match-winning knock from him. He kept his cool. That's appreciated by his teammates. 6 wickets down. Just 3 runs away from the victory. Prabhat Dhananjaya is the hero of Ansell Lanka. We'll see. 2 more deliveries left in this over. Can they finish off in this over? Or will it be at the last over? "19 matches, 268 runs. Look at the strike rate. Sanjeeva Piris. Straight away got the mark. Just 1 ball remaining in this over, just 2 runs to get. Becomes a Minidu Silva into his last delivery of his spell. Goes up in the air. Again, threw his wicket away. Chatura Sanjeeva tried to finish off this game. Threw his wicket away. 7 down. Still 2 runs away from the victory. Minidu Silva got another wicket. 19 overs done. Here's a replay of the wicket. It was full. It was not underneath the ball, but hit it straight up in the air and safely grabbed at mid-on. Chatura Sanjeeva played a handy knock. 19 off 11. Ansell Lanka all of a sudden. 19 overs done. 135 for 7. Harit Lakshan to continue his last over. 3 overs, 1 for 14. 2 runs required. Very well stopped. The scores are level now. That's 1 run required. Kavisha Sampath did well with the ball. Now it's time for him to finish it off with the bat. Very good delivery, spun away. Still 1 run required of 4 deliveries. Attire Private Limited bring all the fielders in. Cut the singer. Again another dot. Is going for a big shot. Just a 1 run required. There's nothing fancy required here. Just get bat on ball and run. And that's a winning run. It's a boundary to finish off. Kavisha Sampath done it in style. Ansell Lanka march into the quarterfinals. But what a game it is, and what a run chase from Ansell Lanka. It was a low-scoring game, but was nothing short of thrill up until the end. Ansell Lanka won by 3 runs and marched into the quarterfinals of MCA F Division 20-over cricket tournament powered by Fairfirst. Very well played, Ansell Lanka. Won the toss, decided to bowl first, restricted Attire to just a 136 and chased down with ease. Congratulations to Attire Private Limited as well. They played brilliant cricket throughout the season. But one bad game, this make the season comes to an end. As a batting performance, Sajeev Deshapriya scored 22 of 17. Prabhat Dhananjay, the star of the show, 44 of 45. Pathu Mekanayaka, 12 of 18. And Chatura Sanjeeva, 19 of 11. That's the game-changing cameo. And with the help of 16 extras, that's the game-changing point here. Ansell Lanka got off to win the game. There's a bowling performance. Minidu Silva, 3 wickets on top, and Ishara Lakshan, Adisha Pabasara, Harit Lakshan, Suresh Lakpriya, 1 wicket apiece. And Ansell Lanka won the game comprehensively with 3 wickets in hand and walk off to the quarterfinals.
Here's the highlights of the inning. They required a very good start. Got a good start with the boundary in the very first over. They played their shots all around the ground. And here's the first wicket. And few extras has been conceded as well. And here's the second wicket. They bowled well in the middle phase of the inning, especially the Attire bowlers made a very good comeback. There are some big shots played by Ansell Lanka. And here's the third wicket. The momentum has shifted a bit in this situation, especially the runs kept coming, the shots kept playing by these batters, especially Prabhat Dhananjaya. He was a little bit slow, but here's a brilliant catch. Very well judged catch by Adisha Pabasara. Some very good shots played by the skipper Prabhat Dhananjaya. There's another game-changing moment. There's a momentum shifter from Prabhat Dhananjaya. 2 big sixes. The over against Suresh Lakpriya. It's a drop chance again. There's some brilliant shots played by Chatura Sanjeeva. And here's the last. And here's the last wicket to fall. Chatura Sanjeeva. Here's a winning run of Ansell Lanka. And die into the quarterfinals in style. Brilliant cricket all day long. We had 2 games. There's a match summary of today. Attire Private Limited against Ansell Lanka. Ansell Lanka won the toss and put Attire Private Limited into bat first and restricted them to 136. Sonal Pereira scored 24. Ishara Lakshan scored 20 and Dinuka Darshana scored 19. And Prabhat Dhananjaya, Sanjeeva Peiris and Sahan Harshana got 2 wickets each, and Ansell Lanka in reply chased that down with 7 wickets, 140 for 7, and Ansell Lanka won by 3 wickets and marched into the quarterfinals. And we had 2 brilliant games throughout, so 2 teams have booked their place into the quarterfinals, and the more cricket will be coming up. So stay tuned with Sporty.lk for more action. Bye bye.